everyone and welcome to my recent reads wrap up. I've read quite a few things recently, so let's just get right into wrapping them up, starting with the novel. I'm going to start with Iron Widow just because that's going to be the easiest thing to wrap up because it is a reread for me, but my god was Iron Widow good. I mean, I'm pretty sure I actually rated this higher the second time round than I did the first time round, just because I read this one physically this time round instead of audibly, and it just hit even harder this time because, I mean, the characters, the storyline, the world of it, absolutely everything to do with this book is absolutely top notch. I love our main character's anger, and that unashamed female rage throughout here is something that I absolutely adore, and I wish more books did it. I loved all of that. I love the feeling of wanting to burn down the world. I love the whole like Pacific Rim vibes with the mechs as well, because I love a book that has Pacific Rim vibes, all of this kind of thing. It was just absolutely incredible. I adored it, and I now cannot wait to read Heavenly Tyrant. I then also read The Last Hope in Hopetown, and this is following Sophie, who lives in a world where vampires exist and everyone knows vampires exist, and humans and vampires live together in basic harmony. The only problem is that some vampires have started going rogue and attacking humans, and when that happens they get sent away to facilities alongside their families, human or not, and then they are never seen again. And this all kicks off when one of Sophie's mums ends up going rogue, and Sophie has to try and figure out what's going on, why vampires are going rogue, and trying to stop it to save her mum and the rest of her family. And it is such a good book. I absolutely loved everything this one had to do with vampires. I love the vampire lore in this one. I thought that was brilliant. I love the queer normative world of this one as well. I love the idea of like the vampire council and everything. I loved specifically the Duke, I will say, because the Duke is one of Sophie's mums, and she is essentially a very, very ancient vampire who used to be a Viking, and she was so cool. I am now desperate for more about her character because she was so interesting. I would love an entire spin-off just about her history, to be honest, because she was fascinating to me, so I loved that element of it. But I loved the unravelling mystery, like I said. I loved the fact that Sophie's best friend was also a vampire. I loved everything to do with it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I really enjoyed this book. If you love vampires, if you love middle grade books, definitely check this one out because it is well worth the read. Then I also read Remote Control by Nnedi Okorafor, and I'm not going to give you a full review for this one because it's a very short novella and I don't really want to give away too much about it. Instead, I'm just going to give you the tagline for this one because I feel like it's best to go into this one without much knowledge. But it says, an alien artifact turns a young girl into Death's adoptive daughter in a thrilling sci-fi tale of community and female empowerment, and that is exactly what this book is. I loved following Sankofa as she was growing up and seeing her try to survive as she's going from town to town. I love seeing the people she met and the lessons she learned, all of this kind of thing. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I really enjoyed myself reading this, and I definitely recommend it. Then onto the comics, I also read Something is Killing the Children Volume 7 by James Tynion, and this is another fantastic volume in this series. If you do not know what this series is about, it is about Erica Slaughter, who is a monster hunter, and she is trying to escape from the House of Slaughter, who are the people who raised her, but they're not exactly the nicest people, and she's trying to save other people while also trying to save herself and get away from them, all of this kind of thing. And this was another fantastic volume. I loved it so much. I so enjoyed reading this one. James Tynion once again can do absolutely no wrong in my eyes. I then also finally read The Infinity Watch by Derek Landy, and this took me long enough to read, but I finally got to it, and I'm so glad I did, because this is following the idea that the Infinity Stones have now taken hold of people and essentially bonded with them, and Thanos is now going after those people because he wants the stones again, and it all goes from there, and it is absolutely brilliant. And I really enjoyed this book once again because it is a Derek Landy, so I am a little bit biased, but I did genuinely really enjoy this one. I loved seeing Thanos going after the stones. I loved the Coulson part of this as well because I don't feel like I read anywhere near enough Coulson in Marvel Comics, so it was fantastic to have one where he was one of the main characters. I also love seeing him team up with Nick Fury, and then Apex made me howl with laughter throughout this book as well, which was absolutely fantastic. My only thing with this one is I do wish that it had been a little bit longer to fully explore Thanos going after all of these people and what it meant for these stones to be bonding with these people, all of this kind of thing. But apart from that, I did really enjoy this one. I just wish it was longer. And then finally, I also read the first two in the Nick Spencer Amazing Spider-Man run, and this was absolutely fantastic once again. If you are a Spider-Man fan, you are definitely going to enjoy yourself reading these. They feel very sort of classic Peter Parker Spider-Man, which was brilliant. I love the exploration as well in this one of what it means to be Peter Parker and what it means to be Spider-Man. I really enjoyed those parts of it, and generally really like these ones, and I cannot wait to continue on with the series. And that is everything I've read recently, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me what you've read recently, I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a vampire emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which is filled with all things Spider-Man, Derek Landy, Infinity Stones, and everything else you could possibly wish to know about the Marvel Universe. All of that will be linked down below, as well as a link as well down below to my website that sells Notion templates if you want to organise your life via Notion this year. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!